Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
So a little update from arriving, was it yesterday morning early at
Iluka.
So we've made it to Yamba. We're just on the other side on anchor because it's a really beautiful little quiet spot over here to anchor, and it is beautiful. It's got everything we need.
A very comfortable anchorage with a land on one side and a rock wall right around us.
Yeah, very protected.
And it's large. So yeah, it's very good holding.
Yeah.
It's hopefully good fishing. We did have a shark swim under us today, so
yeah, that was a bit exciting. We're in the blow up tender, Ziggy the Zodiac,
yeah.
and I looked down. Nala's head was just near me, and I looked down, and I could have put my hand in the water, I reckon, that far, and touched the back of whatever it was, a small tiger shark or bronze whaler, and it went straight under the boat.
Yeah.
It was following a fishing trawler.
Yeah, it's kind of, the trawler had pulled in and it just looked like it was swimming back out or something. So, yeah, it swam straight under us, like right on the surface. About 4 foot, so not big, but silly enough to make someone's eyes go round.
They got all of Corey's near enough.
Ah! Oh no!
And as usual, Nala missed it. So just like with every other sea creature that we've gone past, whether it's dolphins or whales or whatever, and I'm trying to point into the water to show Nala and say, look, what a creature. She just looks up and goes, I see nothing. So yeah, Nala hasn't paid any attention to any of the animals that we've had in the water around us, which has been pretty constant, and so she continues to just jump in the water like there's absolutely no concern, including waves that are well over her head, and she tumbles and she just keeps going back out to sea, heading towards New Zealand. So yeah, but we've had so many dolphins and whales right beside us, which has been so amazing. Hi Kim, I can see your name there. And really, like, yeah, really close. The whales, sometimes they're at least twice the size of our boat, which is 12 meters or 40 foot, and some of the whales are just well and truly twice the size. But that was the first time you've seen a bronze whaler jump out of the water. And
yeah, I've seen Mako's bronze whalers jumping out, and
Fraser Island, that part.
Fraser Island, there's a bronzy jumped out, Fraser, all goldy coloured, and did a somersault, white belly, and landed back in.
Little performance.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You don't see that. I don't see it from bronzies.
That was the most sea life I think we've seen, that east coast of Fraser Island, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
just full of action, just full of
fish frenzies, shark frenzies,
dolphins,
whales,
heaps of whales,
trawlers,
right beside us,
trawlers everywhere,
sharks everywhere. But yeah, now that we're at Iluka, haven't seen as many whales for a while.
Yeah, there's a lot fewer on the trip down, thankfully.
Yeah, but then that little shark underneath us this morning was the closest we've been to a shark.
I had 2 whales at the entry, like a couple of k's out from the entry here yesterday morning.
Oh, I wasn't coherent.
You're out.
Then. Yeah. So it was a what did we make it? 20 hour sail we did from Gold Coast to Yamba.
Yeah.
6:30 a.m. or 7 a.m. yesterday morning.
Yeah, and I did the sums, and with the current we could have done that in about 14 hours.
Because we knew the winds were going to be really light, northerly winds, which were going to take us down south, instead of going into the southerlies that are usually blowing. So we took the northerlies, knowing they were really light, 10 to 15 knots max. So we allowed ourselves 20 hours, but then we had the East Australian current underneath us, and it gave us 2 knots of push.
2 to 2.5 knots are just freight train flying.
And we were going too fast, so Corey was doing everything to try and slow us down. A sailing boat to slow down is not that easy, so we're reefing the sails, having only 1 sail the whole time instead of 2.
Yeah, having the sail in close, sailing downwind instead of right out like you're supposed to catch the wind. We still sat on, I had to drop it down to 4.5 knots, and we're still getting 4.5, 5s and 7s.
Yeah, even when we're trying to be slow. But that was just so that we didn't come into Yamba Bar and cross the bar entry. For one, in dark, we wanted to cross it at dawn at least, so we could see the break walls and the leads to cross in, because it is a bit of a sketchy one at times.
Yeah, it's really, once you're inside Yamba break wall, navigating upriver, there's lights everywhere, and it's just so confusing.
Yeah.
Even the locals still complain about it when you chat to them.
Yeah.
Local fishos, but they hate it as well. They try and come in at daylight.
And it can be a really sketchy bar to cross into because it's got really big waves coming through. But we knew the conditions were going to be pretty good for us, and we needed to be mid to high tide. But if we'd have taken only 14 hours to get here and gone that fast, it would have been low tide, and that's no fun crossing a bar.
That would have been breakers where we
as
were.
we found out in Hampton Haven.
Yes.
I think we've got PTSD bar crossing.
A little bit.
But yeah, so we're at Iluka, and then we're going to head over to Yamba just across the Clarence River on Friday to get into the marina, and there we'll stay for a while.
Yeah, the marinas, bless them, just put their prices right up. Oh,
It's very convenient, and it's right in the middle of town.
Yeah.
And we'll have the car back by then, because we'll go up to the Gold Coast tomorrow and get the car.
Yeah, if anyone knows anyone going to the Gold Coast from Yamba or Iluka
Or Sydney.
for tomorrow or Wednesday maybe. Sydney?
Well, if they're passing by, anywhere south,
Yeah. And so we've got to get to Gold Coast tomorrow.
otherwise we'll just
That
hire
was
a car.
that was just the phone call we just got then. That was the marina,
Oh,
because the marina do car hires as well. So good price, but the per kilometre is a bit, how you going?
well, we'll make it. And then
Somehow.
Friday we move into the marina for a while. Yeah. and
Yeah,
then
we'll
just
pay
check
for a
out
month.
being in Yamba.
Yeah, we'll pay for a month at the marina. Boats on the market if you want to buy a really good ocean-going vessel at 39 feet. Built for comfort, a little bit of speed, and she looks beautiful.
It does. Yeah, you've worked hard on
Told
it.
me.
It's beautiful. Yeah, so that was probably our last overnight sail, unless we've got to take the boat somewhere to sell it to someone.
Yeah, that could be a 7.
But yeah, that was our last overnight, and I did a little live at 1 a.m. in that night sail, because they're such beautiful experiences. They're just it's so peaceful. I mean, I forgot to say in that live that it's also actually scary. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, tell them about the whales that you're listening to.
Yeah, but one of the reasons I was not so scared in that live, I forgot to say, is because we had the engine on at that point. We had no wind, so we had the engine on, and that makes me feel safer because of the whales. They can hear us, whereas when we're sailing, they're just everywhere. There's been 30,000 whales recorded going to north for the migration this season.
Going past Sydney.
And I can remember counting the whales 25 years ago, and there was 800. And it is so obvious that there's 30,000 whales because they're everywhere.
Non-stop.
And then they're not just in Harvey Bay at Platypus Bay. They're everywhere. It doesn't matter. Every time we leave, as soon as we left the Gold Coast Seaway, we just had whales everywhere. And
Non-stop all day.
yeah, jumping out of the water, and they're so close. Like we had our closest one just right beside us, 10 foot.
Like Morton Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's freaky because they're so big. But that's been a really special part of the trip, just being around the whales so much, but also sailing at night. We've also seen whales sleeping together, twinning, like 2 of them, and they just look like an upside down catamaran, and yeah, not something you want to hit, because at night sailing it's just pitch dark. You don't have a set of headlights to see. You can't even see a metre in front unless you've got really good moonlight, which we don't always get. Like the night before was no moon.
There's nothing last night. Yeah, night before, yeah.
Yeah. But it's so beautiful, and there was bioluminescence in the water. The water was just sparkling as it shot out the back of the boat and leaving a glimmery silvery green.
The prop wash, yeah.
Yeah. And then anything that was in the water, like a dolphin came up beside it, was just sparkly green, glowing from no matter how deep it was in the water. You could see it, and it just shot off, and I could see it for a couple of meters, 30 meters away, just moving through the water, just that glimmer.
It's nice.
But yeah, I was asleep I did 6 p.m. till midnight pretty much in bed while Corey sailed, and I was up in the front in our bed, which is at the pointy end, and which makes sense with it being the front, hey. But I could hear a dolphin beside me squeaking, so it was like 2-3 foot from where I was sleeping, squeaking, and in the hull, the fiberglass makes it in the water. Yeah, so the dolphin was squeaking as it was riding our bow with us.
And the whales you heard?
And then the whale song as we went past Byron, there must be a lot of them up there, but it doesn't mean they were very close to us. It just feels like the whole underneath of the ocean is just their sound just resonating, and it was amazing.
It is pretty cool. I didn't get to hear it because I was upstairs in the cockpit, so I don't get to hear it. I heard a couple breathing. We must have passed really close to them sleeping or something, and then a couple of times I could hear the deep breaths next to us as we passed. So we definitely dodged more than our fair share of whales, I think.
Yeah. So
that
was a relief.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, when we got in here, that was one of the things we made it without getting too close to one of those 30,000 whales, because they're everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah, it's not good. Anala slept all night, so not a peep from this one.
She goes like 20 hours. She's in her seatbelt, in her little cot.
She has a seatbelt. She has a seatbelt on a boat. It's unreal.
And her harness keeps her safe.
Yeah.
But she was asleep the whole time, just curled up in a ball. She just knows what to do now, doesn't she?
Oh, she came up a few times, like a couple of times.
Oh, yeah.
She said, she just sunbakes all day otherwise. She goes from sun to shade all day.
Yeah, she's got a good life.
Yep. Took her for a run on the beach this morning. A lot of treats. Swim. She gets to swim nearly every day.
Yeah. Although, after seeing that shark this morning, she doesn't swim very deep.
That's the first time that's happened to me on this trip. We've had a shark come up
that close.
It was like a foot and a half from our hands. It was unreal. It was only a glimpse of it, but it was definitely...
It wasn't a glimpse for me. It was there. Like, I could have literally put half my hand in the water and I would have touched the top of it.
It would have been like 6 inches from our butts. And that boat, there was an inflatable catamaran that got chewed by sharks just a couple of weeks ago from these Russian guys travelling the world in it. That's the second time it happened to them too.
Yeah.
They sunk and had to get rescued by Australian.
Yeah.
Was it AMSA? Whatnot.
And our Zodiac, you can feel your feet are in the middle, and you can feel the water underneath you, it's that that thick.
Well, it's not even that. It's like paper thin.
All right.
Rubber. That's pretty thin.
What else have been some of our fun stuff with especially our long sail? What was your other thing?
Oh, the 54-hour thing?
Oh, that was huge. We haven't talked much about that because we were so knocked out after that 54-hour sail. We went silent for 4 weeks till we did our next live.
This thing, Miss Cuddles.
Yeah.
I think she's about to fall asleep.
She's been awesome to have with us. I was worried about how she would go on the boat and how we'd go making, accommodating for her, because so many places she can't be, especially national parks and stuff like that. And it's been so easy.
She's an easy dog, though.
She's super easy. She's just chilled, as you can see. She's falling asleep. She's falling into Corey's lap. She'll... Oh, no.
She won't get up. I think she wants to get up. Okay.
Yeah. So what else was there, babe, that you wanted to share on the live? Anything else exciting? I can see Joy there. Hello, Joy. Kim and Joy are with us.
She's doing big stretch. She's doing yoga positions on the floor. Coming down from the current, and when a current comes down the coast, it gets all this water behind it. Then all of a sudden, it hits water that's not current; it's just standing still. You get this thing called overfalls, but this lovely lady fell through it, slept through it all, but it actually turned the ocean into a section of like rapids. We didn't have much swell, so lucky, but it gets really rough.
That was off Byron as well.
So it was about 2 miles south of Byron Headland. What's that called? The pass at Byron. And yes, 2 miles south. Suffolk. Yeah.
Broken Head.
We're only a couple of miles out. So the whole ocean around us just turns into this random white water. just all this water lifting up, coming to a dead stop and running over the still water. Just causes a mess. It's probably about 3 foot high breakers in the middle of nowhere. Just white water. So if you haven't seen it, it's pretty trippy. And then if the bioluminescence is there, which it was, you get all the white water glows.
Yeah.
So you can see the white water everywhere. It's really trippy. But
Yeah.
if you don't do that sort of trip, you don't really see it.
Yeah, it has. It's been an amazing time to see everything. Like everything when we've been out to see. I think I'd say we've seen so much more out at sea, but then we've had our most fun when we've been on the rivers, like especially this one back on the Clarence.
Clarence is amazing.
We did.
It's great.
We did nearly 2 weeks on the Clarence last time here at Iluka, and then up.
Lala.
And yeah, it's beautiful. Great place to go if you had like a houseboat and you went up the Clarence towards Grafton. It would just be, it's really nice, really lovely places like Lawrence and Almo.
Yeah.
But we'll get in a little bit more of that while we're hanging out here at the marina. We'll take off a few times and go up river.
No doubt more chess as well.
I'm getting better at it now.
Yes, she's beating me quite consistently.
I was an apprentice, and I remember the moment where he would give me suggestions on how to win or what my next move could be, and then the day that just cut off.
She started beating me.
He just went,
Deal
no
breaker.
love now.
It's a deal breaker.
We still play like 3 to 5 games every night, don't we?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's good fun.
No, I was getting...
So the only thing is we can't take it with us, so when we've gone places...
The traveller.
It's too small.
she says
We
that.
need bigger glasses. We need glasses to play with that one.
It's too small.
Yeah. So chess has been fun.
Marla's back.
What else has been fun on our trip? What
Oh,
have our
been
best bits
heaps.
been?
So
Meeting people. We've met so many cool people, and I think I didn't realise that so many people were living on their boats, but a lot of them are out in need as well. That the Gold Coast is full of that. Mooloolaba has a lot of that. Where else have we been that they live on the boat?
everywhere. Pretty much every marina there's... I mean, Mooloolaba is probably the most at Kawana.
Yeah.
There's heaps. But it's cheap there. It's like $2.50 a week.
It's a very cheap way of living, except that the boat gets a lot of wear and tear, and then whether or not they take care of the boat, because they might not have money to, so the boat starts to look like a pretty
Yeah. A few issues there.
shack on water. But a lot of people are living on boats, whether it be out of need or they just love the lifestyle, and they're really cool people. They're really very like liberated people, I would say. Like they don't have cares, or they don't want the worries and concerns of living in society, and
I don't know.
they like to be away from it all, and
Or they're retired.
and they're choosing a cheaper option for their retirement. But very, very interesting people on the water.
I'm trying to think what else we did on that. That was a slow trip, but not a lot really happened on it, did it? From the Gold Coast to here.
No.
Gold Coast is unreal. Like Bums Bay behind SeaWorld there. During the week, it's just a great anchorage, but on the weekends, next level, man.
Yeah, helicopters right over us, landing right near us.
Traffic, jet
All the
skis.
roller coasters, and
Yeah, weekends are mayhem. But
as soon as you get to the Gold Coast, no one says hello on boats.
not as friendly. But once you pass Jacob's Well, it gets better again.
Yeah.
And that's great too. Jacob's Well is good.
Tippler's was awesome. We stayed at Tippler's, which is a passage as you come down the back of South Stradbroke Island from Jacob's Well
Tippler's is
towards
great.
the Gold Coast, and Tippler's is awesome. But again, weekday, not weekends.
Yeah, weekends mayhem.
It's got a little cafe, bar, pub. It was sort of like Gibbon, wasn't it? It'd been like being at Gibbon with a very eco
Expensive
cafe,
cafe.
pub, bar thing, sitting there on the beach.
Was it $11 a beer?
Can't remember. Oh yeah.
Well, that's what... Oh, yeah. Was that SeaWorld Resort's $11 a beer as well? Because I had to say it.
2 for 1 happy hour.
Yeah, happy hour 3 to 4 o'clock. That was our daily. Two quick beers. Happy hour.
That'll do us.
$11 a beer normally.
Yeah.
So 11 for 2. Nice beer. None of this.
Yeah.
I won't get into beer. There's another debate that all the reporters will be, oh, no, that's a good beer. Yeah, doesn't matter. Don't make a nice martini.
It's one thing we haven't done.
We're out of gin.
We're out of everything.
I know. We're going shopping. Once we get the ute down here tomorrow. So,
Yeah.
Did the laundry. That was half a day yesterday.
Oh my god, that was more than half a day.
Yeah. Half the laundry took half a day.
Yeah. We get all the laundry into the tender, into the Ziggy, the Zodiac. Go to shore, use the laundrette, put the you gotta have dollar coins or $2 coins, whatever they use, and then wait around for the loads to finish and then put them in the dryer, and then the dryer didn't work properly, it didn't dry everything, so then we had to put them on the clothesline, so we had to wait for the clothesline to dry the clothes.
Yep. Stuff.
So 5 hours later we get everything back in the tender and come back to the boat.
It's an exciting day, that one.
I do miss that. I am looking forward to having a laundry, a washing machine and a dryer. I reckon I'm going to be so excited to do that.
Can't believe you just said that.
I know I do, but I will. There's little things that I miss. Little things I'll be excited for 1 week as I get to do them again.
Yeah, just go out the door and walk down the street and buy something and walk back.
Without getting wet.
Simple things.
Yeah.
Access to a vehicle. Just going to go for a surf.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's curled up. You can't see it. She's curled up into a little donut.
Whoopsies.
This is what she does.
Her usual spot while we play chess.
And on that note, I think I'm going to go fishing.
All right, you go fishing.
I'm going to go fishing again. And I caught a flathead while we were at Surfers or Southport. It was about this big. It's pretty small. I did manage to catch a fish.
Only took 4 months.
Flathead. I'm going to catch a flathead. I'm going for flathead again today. Flathead and
maybe don't say you're going for flathead. Maybe say...
Okay, I'm going for a shark.
No.
And the 4-foot shovel nose. They got it was bigger than 4 foot. It was like 5.
massive.
It was a really big shovel nose.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Caught everything else.
That's the biggest thing I've had on my rod. So, that's good. But also a letdown when you pull it up and go, it's a shovel nose. I thought it was a flathead. Doesn't matter. It's just,
fun trying.
So today I'm not going to catch a shovel nose or a flathead or anything. I'm just going to go feed fish. That's it. And I'm putting a crab net out too.
Yeah, we've caught heaps of crabs. We've had crabs for dinner, lunch.
Caught an Asian paddle crab, a noxious pest that you have to report to Queensland authorities. So they say, you've got 24 hours, there's fines if you don't report it within 24 hours. Okay, I'll report this crab, invasive species.
Meanwhile, it's in our freezer.
It's in our freezer. I'm chucking it out now.
It's not out in the wild.
Yeah, can't release it into the wild, even though it's frozen because it can still contain white spot and stuff. But anyway, 2 weeks later they sent an email. Thanks for your email containing photos, blah, 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 for this spotted, this Asian paddle crab. We will forward it on to the relevant department. I was like, far out. You'll give me 24 hours to report. I'm rambling, aren't I? Just, 24 hours to report, and they 2 weeks to sort of send it to the right department. Like, oh, no.
Meanwhile, we're not allowed to get rid of it. We have to wait till we're told what to do with it.
Yeah, I'm chucking it. Bin.
Yeah.
We can't chuck it in the water because it's potentially diseased.
We're like 800 kilometres from where you caught it.
So a white spot, anyway, doesn't matter.
All right, well, thanks for listening to us ramble. That was our best ramble, I reckon. We might just...
And we haven't even got a beverage in front of us. We're just sitting here, we've drunk our coffees and we're sitting here going to it. I actually said to Nick, do you want to do it later at sunset and we can do it with like a beverage in our hand?
Yeah.
So,
it's pretty here.
Yeah, we might do another live at sunset. So if I catch a fish, we're definitely doing it live. Because I can't catch fish. I try so hard.
You caught 2 fish that we ate. Mahi-mahi and the tuna.
That was trolling. There was no skill in that.
No. Well, I thought there was.
Like the skill comes along and do that. That's about it. I should have jumped over and tackled that shark this morning with a knife between my teeth. No! I got a shark!
I want to try and identify what sort of shark that was. I need to look at some
No,
pictures.
it would turn out to be a puffer and would have fugu and get numb lips or die. Such a winner. Anyway, on that note, I'm going fishing and I'm going to put out a crab net and try and get some food for tonight or tomorrow or something.
All right, I'm going to sit in my office, which is here, and do some work.
I think she says she does work, but she practices chess in stealth mode.
Plan out my strategies.
That's why she's beating me all the time now. You better watch this one. Special lady.
All right, thanks for listening. Nice to see you, Kim and Joy. See your names. All right, thanks, guys.
See you guys.
See ya.